And we're back here on Essential Music. I'm Delisi. Well, Ethan Daniel Davidson has been making music for decades, and he has toured the country and slept in his van and played little clubs all over the country. And he's got a brand new album out called Cordelia. Actually, it's out on Friday. And I sat down with him at Rustbelt Studios to talk about this brand new album, and he played some songs as well. So before you hear my conversation with him, let's listen to one of the songs that he performed that day from Cordelia. This is called Leaving Soon. It's Ethan Daniel Davidson.
Trying to say, but I don't want to help you get to it. And I might feel the same way as you. It's dangerous to say. Temptation at my cabin door, I'd follow you into the war. There was a time I could have sworn I thought I was immune. I'm still standing here, but I should be leaving soon. Karina, where you been? Karina, where you been so long? Let you see beneath my skin. I caught you with my broken song. So who's to say I'm not a con? I've just been leading you along to chase the emptiness till it's gone. Beneath the seething moon, I'm still standing here, but I should be leaving soon. If I were a different man, or if I were a man at all, well, I guess it wouldn't change a thing for you. I thought I heard that Casey whistle call. There will be sirens in the morning, all screaming out a warning. Contrails are forming, the war machine at noon. I'm still standing here, but I should be leaving soon.
Well, that sounds pretty great. Hi, Ethan.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
You sound amazing. I'm doing great.
Thanks.
So the opening lyric to that song got me right away, which is, I can hear what you're trying to say, but I'm not going to help you get to it.
I can hear what you're trying to say, but I don't want to help you get to it. Exactly. Yeah.
That is tell me about that lyric, because when I heard those words, I thought, I know that feeling.
You sometimes can feel, you're in a friendly relationship with somebody, a friendly conversation, but you can sometimes feel that there's something else more going on inside of this person, and you can read into maybe they want something a little more intimate. And I mean, I might feel that too, but let's not try to let's not try to activate that part of our relationship. You know what I mean? It's like it's that. So it's about a specific person. Who I love, but
I think it's a very familiar feeling, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is the first single from your new album, Cordelia, that's coming out, and that's why we're here today. But when I was reading about the production of this album and how quickly you worked, it was really kind of shocking how fast you work. Have you always worked this quickly? And this was, 3 days or something?
Yeah, I prefer to work that quickly. That works best for me. I get these songs, and then I don't spend a lot of time trying to, really get them polished in my own mind. I just want to get into the studio, get them off my desk, get them onto the tape, right, or whatever the equivalent of the tape is nowadays. But it's I want to keep it moving. I got to get them out, got to get them off the desk. Really? So I like to work fast. We were down there in Mississippi, and was there we did like 2 days of recording, and then another 2 days on another trip down to Mississippi. We did like 25 songs altogether. I think 15 of which are between this album and another album coming out later. But
were you intending to do that much?
Well, I had such a big backlog of songs after COVID. I mean, at the same time, I'm working on a record up here with Warren DeFever. So there's just the songs and everything. They just they're there somewhere, and for whatever reason, you grab them out of the ether, and I want to keep them moving. And if people like them, that's great. And if people don't like them, that's great.
Are you a methodical writer in terms of you decide you're going to sit and write?
No. If I try to do that. If I try to sit down and write, it usually doesn't work. Sometimes I'll get something good, very rarely, but no, a lot of times it's just a knock on the door,
Really?
Yeah. And those are, oftentimes, but sometimes you can't answer it because I'm like, I'm in the middle of some other meeting, or I'm, driving the bus on the freeway right now. So it's like I can't,
Do you sing ideas into your phone and keep them?
Sometimes, it's like some kind of heartbreak or dark kind of thing inside of me is there, and I try to identify it and kind of put some language to it. And then the music thing, I've absorbed, I think, so much damn music in my life that I have some ideas about what kind of chord changes I like, and I'm like, well, that thing that I rip off from David Bowie will go nicely with these, kind of dark, or whatever. Rip it off from country music, or.
Do you ever rip off from yourself? Do you ever find yourself like, oh, I did
that already? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. But I'm like, I could say it a little better and turn it into a different song, and people won't know that it's just the same song written over again. But it's, I guess that happens. I mean, I'm dealing with the same kind of, couple of emotions, couple of feelings, and trying to, it's really about trying to understand what's going on inside of me anyway. I mean, that's really what I'm doing. It's part of my psychotherapy practice, and music is just kind of the vehicle for that.
Has it always been that for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's since I started doing like my own stuff and not being a side player like I used to do back in the old days. I started doing my own stuff, and it was really part of performative psychotherapy. Really? Yeah. People are like, "You're a musician," and I'm like, not really a musician per se. I mean, I don't think of myself that way, but it's. Why don't you think of yourself that way? Well, because
I mean, you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's I realized, like, when I was touring, 20, 30 years ago. I mean, I've played thousands of shows. People would relate to me as a musician, I guess. But it's, I'm trying to discover dark areas inside of myself and bring some kind of light or consciousness to them. Put that out into some kind of language. It's healing for me, and I also hope that through doing that, I'll, meet somebody else out there that says, man, I had that same the same thing happened to me. I had that feel that same kind of way. It's like, it's sort of, not to push it too far, but it's like there's that story of the Buddha. There's the flower sermon where the Buddha gets up there and holds up a flower, and there's like 1,000 monks out there, and nobody knows what's going on. But like one guy's out there, and he says, "Yeah, I know what that is," right? And so that's, I think, what I'm trying to do is express something that's inside of myself, bring some consciousness to the dark parts of myself, and try to create a common language with somebody that might be out there listening to it. The music just is a convenient vehicle for it, but.
And it's always been that way for you?
Yep.
Always?
Yeah.
How about...
I mean, I like music a lot.
Yeah. But you mentioned going back 30 years ago when you were traveling alone.
Yeah.
Much of that time,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
All over the place.
All over the place.
Do you ever miss that?
Yeah. Sometimes I do miss that. I miss the just not being attached to any place, not having roots, but I do miss being on the road in a lot of ways. I miss the hitchhiking around and the riding on trains, but I don't miss sleeping under bridges. That kind of, or Walmart parking lots, that kind of got, and I think it's more dangerous now anyway.
What did you learn about yourself during that time?
Oh, man, my first thing is remember not to swear on the radio.
I remind myself of the same thing.
I've seen a lot of different kind of things. I've seen the worst in people. I'm pretty easy now, that's what I've learned. I mean, it's hard to probably rattle me. People can be crazy and say crazy, awful things, or they might think they're trying to get at me somehow, in something that they might say, and I'm just, I'm pretty relaxed. It's like I've seen a lot.
When you put in a few years, it gets easier to get to that place.
It gets easier to get to that place.
Are you a better writer?
Am I a better writer? I don't know, I mean...
Do you like the songs that you write more now than maybe the songs you wrote then?
Yeah, I think so. There's some great ones from the past that still really resonate with me. There's ones that mean more to me personally than others, but sometimes there's people out there that like my music and they relate to different songs that I don't relate to, or not that I don't relate to them, but a song might mean a lot to somebody else, and it's like I like it, but there are some that are really particularly personal for me. Mm-hmm. And if somebody else had written them or somebody else had found them, let's say, and I heard them, they would resonate with me. There's a couple of them like that.
Well, you've got a new batch of songs called Cordelia.
Yeah.
I thought we should get to another song. Are you up for it?
Sure.
We're here at Rustbelt Studios, and another selection from your upcoming album, Cordelia. This one also has some great lyrics. Like, these are all lyrics that I think everybody can relate to. Like, you're going to have a lot of people, I think, saying, I know that feeling. So we're going to listen to Your Old Key.
Brand new suitcase, brand new suit, brand new highway, brand new boots, a brand new garden I passed by this morn, brand new roses and the same old thorn. Measured so many miles between who I am and who I might have been had I stayed in your arms before. I've still got your old key. You've got a brand new door. brand new love, one and only, brand new heart, same old lonely. Today I heard a brand new sound, same old teardrops falling down. I never really could hang on to anything for too long, but when it's gone I want it more. I've still got your old key, you got a brand new door. Some old trains never leave the station, others always come back around too late. Some old sinners will find their salvation, some of us are just gonna have to wait. But if this old heart of mine had only cracked open like this before, maybe something could have shone through like a light from a distant shore. I know it's too late now for me to win, but my heart just won't give in. Let me fall down dead here on the floor. I've still got your old key, you got a brand new door.
I'm with Ethan Daniel Davidson and a wonderful band who I think I want to have you introduce in a second.
Sure.
And we're here at Rustbelt Studios talking about Ethan's new album, Cordelia. Who is in your band today?
Well, on the drums, we've got Rob Evsharian, who is fresh off of tours in Japan and China and around Europe, he told me. So he's been gone for a couple months. It's good to see Rob again. Jordan Shug on the upright violin, the bass violin, whatever you want to call that big piece of furniture. Jordan and I have been together a long time. And then on the pedal steel guitar, Mr. Pete Ballard, the ladies call him Hot Pete. And Pete and I go back 30 years or something like that. He was in the Dead String Brothers, if you guys remember that band from a long time ago.
Well, your band sounds amazing, as do you. I was going to ask you, because you've been making music for so long. We were talking earlier about you traveling on your own and singing. I remember listening to an interview with Bonnie Raitt, and she had talked about how when she was young, all she wanted to do was sound old. And now she sounds how she always wanted to sound. Your voice sounds so lived in. It sounds like you've lived so much life, and clearly you have, and you've had so many experiences. Do you like the sound of your voice now when you're delivering these lyrics in particular? Because your voice has changed. I mean, everybody's does.
It's changed.
I wondered how you feel about that.
Oh, I like it. I think my voice sounds pretty good. You know, I think there were times when I was younger, when I first started singing, you know, and I think a lot of people go through this, self-conscious about the way your voice sounds on a recording. I gave up self-consciousness, I guess, a long time. I mean, I'm a very self-aware, I think, but I gave up self-consciousness a long time ago, and I do like the sound of my voice. When I was younger, maybe I was trying to sound a bit like Dylan or Willie Nelson or something like that, or, different people, but it's evolved into my own thing, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it just sounds like there's history there now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But you have a lot of history.
Yeah.
What do you hope people feel when they hear these songs?
Well,
and do you think about that, or these are just like, I guess that when people are writing, are they thinking about themselves or thinking about who's going to consume these songs later?
I'm thinking about my own experience and what's going on inside of me. I mean, I think that if it resonates with somebody else out there, then, that's great. I haven't sold that $1 million record, so, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about if people are going to like it or not. It's if I think it's a good song, if I think I'm being honest, that's what really matters is what I'm saying in this song honest. That's the only thing I think about.
We're going to go to an older song.
Yeah.
My Crows.
Cool.
And when did you write this? What album is this on?
This is on the record Crows. It's probably 8 or 9 years ago, I guess. Mm-hmm. And it's another one that kind of suddenly emerged fully formed. I remember I was in Montreal, and I think I was even on the subway, and all of a sudden this whole song was there. So when I got back quickly to the place that I was staying, that song was just there. No. Who knows how that happens? And
you've had the pleasure, I'm sure, of singing this with Emmylou Harris. She guested on this a couple times with you.
A couple times. Yeah, we've got some live videos of it. And
it hasn't been recorded.
Not with her, no. Mm-hmm. Maybe someday, God willing. But, I had a chance to sing it live with her a couple times. And here in Detroit and down in Nashville, and what an honor. I mean, first of all, I'm a huge fan, I've always been a huge fan of Emmylou Harris, and she came out a couple months ago when I played down in Nashville. She came to the show and she's like, can I sing that song with you again? And I mean, I'm not like I'm going to say no. I don't think people want to hear. Right? So, of course, I mean.
It's pretty awesome, honestly.
It's kind of pretty cool.
It is very, very cool. Yeah. All right, well, let's listen to the Rustbelt Studios version of it now.
Fed these crows which live inside my bones. They scrapped and scrambled and scavenged till they have made my heart their home. Love should be fair, love should share, but it don't share equally. What's yours is mine, and you should know no one feeds my crows but me. When I see someone lost on the highway, miles from anywhere, or a young heart with love to give, well, I see something I can tear. Love should be fair, and Love should share, but it don't share equally. What's yours is mine, and you should know no one feeds my crows but me. Blacktop black and beautiful black, oh, the black road is my home, and I will rest when I will rest, and I will rest alone. Love should be fair and love should share, but it don't share equally. What's yours is mine, and you should know no one feeds my crows but me. Love should be fair and love should share, but it don't share equally. What's yours is mine, and you should know no one feeds my crows but me.
I'm here with Ethan Daniel Davidson. That is called My Crows. And we're here at Rustbelt Studios preparing for the release of your new album, Cordelia, which is coming out this week. And you have more music coming this year, right? 2 albums or one?
There's the second part of Cordelia, which is called Lear, will come out later in the year. And then another record next year, you know. It's just...
It keeps coming. You've got all the backlog of songs, right?
Keeps coming.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you, too. You've been listening to my interview and performance with Ethan Daniel Davidson, recorded at Rustbelt Studios. My thanks to everyone over there for doing such a wonderful job on this session, and my thanks to Ethan for sitting down with me. His new album, Cordelia, is out on Friday. If you want to find out more, go to ethandanieldavidson.com. All right, coming up next, we're going to go back to the early days of essential music and the music of Jose Gonzalez. We'll get to new music from Grace Potter, and we'll get to music from Eric Krasno coming up next here on 101.9 WDET.